Hello fellow hunters and welcome to today's video. So far there are not much more details known about Hunt Sim 3 since my last video. The latest news on the Steam store page only shows a few screenshots of the vehicles that will be available at release. Because the grind for legendary rabbits is pretty annoying right now, let's talk about what I personally expect from the new game and which features and improvements I hope for. So let's get started. As I just mentioned in the previous video, improvements to the weapons are on top of my wishlist. Unfortunately, there are almost no differences in calibers in Hunt Sim 2 and only very basic ballistic features. This makes long-range shooting a lottery. You have to estimate and aim into nowhere to maybe hit something. I hope the developers will take inspiration from Way of the Hunter for the new game. The weapons are implemented extremely well and there is a ballistic curve for each caliber, so you can get an excellent idea of how the ammo will perform. There are also much better scopes with adjustable zoom and proper zeroing for weapon calibration. This makes long-range shooting really fun and it makes sense to give it a try. The implementation in Hunt Sim 2 however is not that great, because you need a dedicated scope for each zoom level and the maximum zoom is really low. Personally, I don't care about the number of weapons in the game. I don't need 50 rifles that perform almost identical and only found their way into the game because of the licenses. Give me a selection of maybe 10 well implemented weapons and I'm happy. In addition, a decent small caliber rifle would be extremely useful to make small game hunting a bit less annoying. If they do it right, Hunt Sim 3 maybe has potential to attract more players. Another aspect on my list is the overall visual quality of the game. I'm talking about the ugly textureless birds flying over the maps or the unfinished animal models of the legendary rabbits. The general design of the legendary rare animals could also be improved. Instead of using only piebald variants or strange colored versions, I hope for significantly more effort in the design of rare specimen in Hunt Sim 3. Overall, the new game needs a lot more effort and care. There are so many visual bugs in Hunt Sim 2 that are known and reported, and they are still in the game. A bit more flexibility in the placement of trophies in the lodge would also be nice. And definitely more trophy slots so that you can display more than one animal of a species. Let's see what they can do with the Unreal Engine 5 and its capabilities. There is potential, they just have to use it. This brings me to the next point: support. The new game definitely needs longer support with new content. By that I don't mean that 5 or 6 paid DLCs need to be released every year. But to hold players, it needs regular updates with new animal species and maps. Stopping the development of Hunt Sim 2 a year after release was not a smart move. A lot of potential was wasted, the game could have been much better with new content, bug fixes and just a few small changes. Regarding the switch from single maps to the new open world environment, Way of the Hunter could be a good inspiration again. I think maps shouldn't be too huge. It's more important to me that every area is used effectively. Here we have to wait and see how the sim fauna system works. If specific species only inhabit certain areas and don't roam too much as a result of interaction with other animals, it will probably be more predictable than the pure random factor of Hunt Sim 2. But I still hope they make their animal system a bit more dynamic compared to Way of the Hunter. Observing the existing population on your map and watching animals reproduce and age until they reach the highest possible rating seems a bit too predictable to me. If they expand that with random spawns of new animals, for example to spawn a rare specimen as a surprise, I feel it would be a lot more interesting. Personally, I'm excited to see how the sim fauna system works and how the open world will be used. When it comes to a story mode with missions or quests or a leveling system with unlockable skills, I'm skeptical. If they introduce a story, then please include the option to turn it off. I like Way of the Hunter so much better after the free hunt mode was introduced. But that is just a personal preference, I just don't like quests and skill trees in hunting games. I think those were the most important aspects on my personal wish list. We will find out what happens in the end, but I hope this time they make better use of the existing potential and create a real challenger for the established hunting games. I know all that sounds like a direct comparison with Way of the Hunter, but from what we know so far it's exactly what I expect from Hunt Sim 3. At least I think it will be quite similar. And that's it for today. Feel free to leave your opinion or questions in a comment below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and for your support.